Mayor Craig Greenberg makes a major universal pre-K announcement. We take a lemon and make a wonderful story of a female-owned business. And the city celebrates St. Patrick's Day. All that and more on Louisville This Week. I'm John Ramsey, Director of City Partnerships. Mayor Craig Greenberg unveiled a plan to create a pathway to universal pre-K for 3- and 4-year-olds in Louisville.
Eyes are watching, ears are listening.
Imagine a future where every child in Louisville, regardless of their background, regardless of their circumstance, has access to high-quality early childhood education.
Are you ready?
So today, I am so proud to announce the creation of Thrive by 5 Louisville. Thrive by 5 Louisville is a new, independent, nonprofit 501c3 organization that will create a pathway to free quality pre-K for every 3-year-old and every 4-year-old in Louisville.
This is not merely a dream, it's a vision that we all in this room and outside this room can turn into a reality.
Facts are very clear. Children who attend high-quality preschool are more likely to graduate from high school, more likely to earn more money in their careers, and more likely to live longer, healthier lives.
And I really believe that we have the opportunity to put that stake in the ground and make a tremendous impact in Louisville. We can no longer dip our toes in the water, guys. We got to do this, and I believe that we can. Our children, families, educators, and the community of early learning centers are a precious, precious resource in this community, and they deserve a huge level of investment.
I ran for mayor to lead our city in a new direction. That means doing things that have never been done here before, and looking at what can make the biggest impact and bring positive change for generations to come, to improve these kids' lives and their kids' lives. Making investments that will have a ripple effect with proven results that will make our city safer, stronger, and healthier. And we can do that by investing in our children.
We are continuing to spotlight female-owned businesses this Women's History Month with a visit to A Miracle Aid. It's a fresh fruit lemonade company.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
We now have our second location inside of the Lynn Family Stadium. I am one of the owners. The other owners are kids. They started this business with me in 2018. We dreamed of being inside of this stadium, and I ran it by them, and now we're here. Working for a Miracle Aid lemonade company that gives them real life experience, and it gives them the ambition and drive to want to succeed in doing something that they dream of. The reason why we chose lemonade is because as a kid, one of the very first things that you do is have a lemonade stand. One of the young men, his name is Amir. His sister started this business with me. We had a goal and it became a miracle. When you have a really great product and people want it, then that's how you know that you are thriving. Women making history. There have been women that came before me. Being an entrepreneur allows any vision to come true. The moment that you have a dream, just step into it, because there were women who came before you, and there's going to be young ladies who come after you. That's what I would like to say to a young lady. You can do it, baby.
How do you spell winner? The Louisville Free Public Library partnered with Scripps National Spelling Bee to host a regional competition. The winner will now move on to the Scripps National Spelling Bee in Washington, D.C. in May.
That is correct. Congratulations. You are the 2024 Louisville Regional Spelling Bee champion and will represent the Louisville Free Public Library at the 2024 Scripps National Spelling Bee in Washington, D.C. in May. Kate?
Be happy.
And what was the winning word? To find out, you'll have to watch the competition right here on Metro TV starting in April.
Hi, I'm Sal Melendez with Louisville Metro Public Works. Here's what's going on this week with roadway safety projects, paving, waste collection and recycling, and more. These are the Louisville Metro Public Works paving projects scheduled for next week. Safety improvements are being made on these roadways. Various lane closures and other impacts will be ongoing during these improvements. Our first pop-up drop-off waste disposal event will be on Saturday, March 16th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Metro Fleet Services, 3515 Newburgh Road. Please do not arrive early as we will not allow vehicles into the parking lots until it starts. Be sure to have all your items separated into categories for easy offloading. Go to louisvilleky.gov/pop-ups for the 2024 pop-up drop-off schedule for more information on recycling and disposing of large items. The street sweeping season has officially started. We need your help. If you live on a street that is scheduled to be swept, please make sure that you move your vehicle off the street between 7 a.m. and 5 p.m. the day of the street sweeping is scheduled. Sign up to receive text alerts using the address lookup tool at louisvilleky.gov. To receive automatic waste collection reminders and real-time notifications on your phone, download Recycle Coach, our waste information and calendar app at the App Store or on Google Play. You can also sign up for reminders of recycling, yard waste, garbage, and more. That's all I've got for you this week. Hasta la próxima semana.
Street sweeping is an important service that can only be done with your help. Sign up for text alerts so you know when the sweeper is coming. Click on Address Lookup at louisvilleky.gov to sign up. Move your vehicle off the street 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. on the day of sweeping. Vehicles in the way will be ticketed and towed. Never blow or rake leaves into the street. The sweeping equipment is not made for collecting piles of leaves and they will not be swept. With your help, we can keep streets cleaner throughout the year. Learn more at louisvilleky.gov/street sweeping.
A groundbreaking was held for Sheehan Landings, a development in partnership with the St. John Center that will provide much-needed permanent supportive housing.
This facility, Sheehan Landing, is named after our founding director, Sister Kathleen Sheehan. She wanted dignity, support, and housing for our marginalized and most vulnerable populations. And so that is what we are bringing today with Sheehan Landing. This housing development will be the home to 80 individuals who for too long have not been provided those comforts. And it will be a place where they can land, hence the name Landing, and they can leave homelessness for good.
One of the best days of being mayor is any time that there's a groundbreaking. But one of my favorite types of groundbreakings is more affordable housing, because we need 15,000 more units of affordable housing of all types throughout this entire city. And today is a great start towards that. There are individuals who are struggling in every neighborhood, and so I will continue working with great partners like here today, working with friends on the Metro Council to ensure that our city continues to invest in everything we can so that everyone in Louisville has a safe, high-quality, affordable place to call home.
Monique Brooks Roberts is a professional violinist and a graduate of Louisville Male High School. Monique has played with Aretha Franklin, Diana Ross, and Lady Gaga, but she has also recorded her own album. JCPS would like to introduce you to this amazing graduate.
I am Monique Brooks Roberts. I graduated from Louisville Male High School in the year 2000. Go Bulldogs. I'm a violinist. First and foremost, I love music. I'm a composer. I help to curate string sections and bring people together. Music is such a powerful thing. I didn't know that I would be able to do a career in it this extensive. But then I released a solo album in 2020 called Free. Aretha Franklin, Diana Ross, Shawn Mendes, most recently Lady Gaga for her Las Vegas residency, Queen Latifah. I mean, I have an extensive list of folks that I've worked with, which I'm very grateful for. But when you really have a moment to just sit in it, I'm like, oh, wow. I just played with Lizzo at the Grammys. Like, you know, it's like, it's humbling. But there's like so much hard work and cultivation that goes into this creative lifestyle. And so I never take it for granted that I get the opportunity to work with some of the greatest names in the world. Classical is amazing, but the majority of my career and the majority of the money that I make is not from playing classical music. But in order to play a Lady Gaga show where I had 24 hours to learn the music because I was coming in to fill in for the last two shows, my classical sight reading chops, all that comes into play. award show may come up and they need 30 string players, and we're going to put together a section of mostly POC folks if we can. Sometimes, we want diversity, of course, but it just feels really good to be able to be at the forefront of change within the music industry. You can either say there's no seat for me and then give up, or you can say, okay, there's no seat for me, but I'll create my own seat. And that's what I have tried to do and will continue to do for the rest of my life. It was the summer leading up to my 4th grade year. I just begged, and she was okay. And so she took me to Mel Owen Music to get my first violin. And I, 4th grade year, Hart Stern, and I walk in, and there's this black man with this fro standing there. He has a saxophone laying on the stage, and he's holding a violin. I was like, is this my teacher? He looks like my father. And his name was Mr. Higgins. I know that he was very cherished here in the Louisville music community. And may he rest in peace. But he was my first violin teacher that I had for 2 years, was a black man. And he played a G major scale at like 150 beats per minute. And he was just like, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And I was like, oh. And I'm like, can I do that one day? And he says, Monique, you'll be able to do that one day, and you'll be able to do it better than me. I had so many great orchestra teachers here, but just to have that moment with like a jazz playing, violin, saxophone, black man teacher that looked like me, who was an incredible educator, it really gave me the wings to say, hey, like, I can do whatever I want to do. I owe a lot of my career to the teachers that really saw something in me and said, you know what, you're great. Like, keep going, keep going.
The annual Louisville St. Patrick's Day Parade celebrates the Irish spirit right here in Louisville.
Welcome everybody. This is the 51st St. Patrick's Day Parade. We got perfect Irish weather here, 48 degrees with a little bit of breeze. Some cold Irish beer for a wonderful Saturday to kick off the spring. Yeah, sláinte, y'all. Sláinte, y'all.
It's always fun to be here at the St. Patrick's Day Parade. We're going to have a great day. It might be a little cool, but there's great excitement, and this is always so much fun.
That's right. And I brought the umbrella, but it's not raining. It always shines the sun on the St. Patrick's Day Parade.
Yeah, Caleb Cecil and Jory Hutchins. We're representing Log Still Distillery today out in New Haven, Kentucky. So the Amp at Log Still is one of our amphitheaters out there, so we're representing that live music aspect of that. Well, I took a stroll on your long walk of the day. Met a little girl and stopped to talk on a fine soft day. And I asked you, friend, what's a fella to do? 'Cause her hair was black and her eyes were blue. And I knew right then I'd be taking a whirl at a Salt Hill prom with a Galway girl.
All right, baby. I'm David Katz on YouTube. You can call me Lil Katsy. Got a little YouTube channel going here with all my brothers here. We come out every year to celebrate Louisville, celebrate St. Patrick's Day. We like to, some call us the Dances Elvises, some call us the old Presleys, baby. We're here to show everybody a good time. We're here to hand beads out to the kids, to the candy to the kids. Have fun, have a good time. Here to really light up the spirits, baby. Rock a hula, baby.
Oh, look at Stanley with a camera. Hi, Stanley.
Push right up there.
Thanks for being here. Sláinte.
Louisville Waterfront Park has been nominated again for Best Riverwalk in the country by USA Today's 2024 10 Best Readers' Choice Awards. Last year, the park placed third behind Detroit and Tampa, but this year they hope to claim first place and they need your help. You can vote for Louisville Waterfront Park each day until April 8th. Just visit the website to show your support.
Hi, I'm Mick Sullivan from the Fraser History Museum, where the world meets Kentucky. And through our free Fraser Plus app, we're sharing stories of Kentucky with more people and in new ways. Enjoy this short video, and we hope to see you as we celebrate our 20th year in downtown Louisville. Enid Yandel is remembered as a world-class sculptor working at a time when that segment of the art world wasn't very open to women. Born in Louisville in 1869, Enid studied at the Art Academy of Cincinnati and soon became a member of the White Rabbits, a collective of women sculptors who were involved in the 1893 World Columbian Exposition in Chicago. Enid designed and carved the many caryatids lining the top of the Women's Building at the World's Fairground, and it is said that each of those figures featured the face of her friend, kindergarten advocate, and co-writer of Happy Birthday, Patty Hill. Also at that World's Fairground was her original 9-foot sculpture of Daniel Boone, for which she actually studied many of Boone's personal belongings. A bronze cast of that stands at the entrance to Louisville's Cherokee Park today. Another of her famous works was created for Nashville's 1897 World's Fair. She built a 40-foot sculpture, Pallas Athena, in pieces while working in Paris. Supposedly, before shipping it to America, she hosted a candlelit dinner party in the torso. The gigantic figure was not cast in bronze, and sadly, it was destroyed by the elements within just a few years of its completion. Enid was the first woman to join the National Sculpture Society and is famous for her other Cherokee Park installation, Hogan's Fountain, as well as The Struggle of Life and Ninigret, both in Rhode Island. In her later years, she advocated for women's suffrage, worked tirelessly with the Red Cross during and after World War I, and led education efforts for new generations of artists at the Brandstock School, which she founded in Massachusetts.
The Louisville Office for Women celebrated International Women's Day as a sponsor of a breakfast briefing event at the Americana Community Center. The theme of the event was Empowering Women's Holistic Health. The Grammy Award-winning Louisville Orchestra wrapped up their 2-year In Harmony tour across the Commonwealth in Fort Knox.
Oh, this tour has been a very special experience. We've gotten to play in so many extraordinary places and a huge range of venues. One of the things that makes this tour so interesting is that, well, here we are in this giant center at Fort Knox, but yesterday we were playing at the Norden Center, which is a beautiful performing arts center. Same in Bowling Green and in Paducah. Those are beautiful, fancy performing arts centers. And sometimes we're in high school auditoriums. We go wherever the communities that we're visiting want us to go. And that's one of the things that makes this so important and special, that we are guests of the communities and we're playing for them. We're making this music for them. We're coming to share music, and we want to do it in the way that they want to present and that the community asks us to be there. We've just re-experience the power of music. Every single time, music cuts across all the different backgrounds. We know that we're playing for lots of different folks with very different ideas about maybe politics or society, but this is the unifying factor. Music is something that we all share, and that's the point of this tour. That whether you come from a big urban area, you come from a rural part of Kentucky, we share music and it brings us together literally, but we have to do something about it. We have to use that power, and that's exactly what this tour is. This is using the power of music to bring Kentucky together, and we're seeing that time and time again. And everybody leaves with this incredibly joyful and positive feeling, because that's again what our music is doing for all of us. Kentucky is a big state. There are lots of beautiful communities, north, south, east, and west, and now we've visited many. I think we've reached about 35,000 people already through our programs just this 1 year on tour, which is enormous. But there are lots of other places that we want to visit. We're not going to be happy until we visited every single part of Kentucky, every single county, and then we want to come back so that these relationships that we're building are forged for the long term. We want to see people year after year so that we can keep coming and visiting schools and libraries, community centers, and playing with the full orchestra for folks that we've now met and then get to meet year after year after year. These are long-term relationships between the Louisville Orchestra and the whole state that we're trying to forge. Every time we tour, we want to feature the very best of Kentucky. And of course that means your Louisville Orchestra, but it also means extraordinary musicians that might not be thought of as classical, because so much of Kentucky's musical heritage is folk music or bluegrass, Americana, old time, whatever it might be. We want to showcase all of it working together. So this leg of the tour, we've had Michael Cleveland, who's one of the greatest bluegrass musicians on planet Earth, and he's been touring with us playing his own music and all kinds of music that he loves to play. And it works seamlessly with the orchestra. So everywhere we've gone, people have just been absolutely blown away by Michael's just virtuosic playing. It is truly a marvel to watch him, and he has an extraordinary personal story that he brings to each of these concerts, and I think people are just amazed that somebody can play the way that he does, and it is the best of the musical world brought to us right here in Kentucky.
Parkland and Algonquin residents are at the forefront of the Rodea site transformation at 11th and Hill Streets, as the former brownfield is converted to a housing and economic hub for the area.
It all started in a little room. We met at a place called Queen's Lounge. Freeland came in and introduced themselves, and he says, "I know y'all don't trust me. You don't supposed to," you know, and we was like, this guy's pretty real. It's kind of weird. We never heard this speech before.
Mm-hmm. That's what it looked like. Wow. That was horrendous looking, man.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
30 years plus, yep, it's been neglected for that long.
I call it a diamond in the rough.
What we expect and will make happen is that Parkway Place and the rest of these neighborhoods get transformed the way they should be. On the 17-acre brownfield, 6 acres is now almost completely remediated.
Among the first to stand on remediated grounds from contaminated waste. That's pretty big.
We have vision, leadership, and courage, and we just decided that we're going to do this.
Leadership has always disappointed communities like this. So this man came in and built the trust of the people. He said, "This is y'all community, what do y'all want? I'm here to help you guys."
You don't just come in and go, "Okay, here's what we're going to build, what do you think?" That's not the way you do development. That's not the way you do this kind of community-based development. 50 people have been along this walking journey for 2+ years.
2+ years.
There's going to be a whole lot more.
One day.
Driving change, but do it with community being the tip of the spear, something that typically doesn't happen.
Remember that.
Yeah.
That was an opportunity for us to really engage and share our vision about what this place should look like and the possibility of what could be next.
We're boots on the ground, I guess you could say. We're all in, see this project succeed. To be part of it, you know, and to be asked to be part of it, approached to be part of it, that was special, you know, knowing that I got a hand in, you know, what's going on here. So it's all about legacy now, what we can leave for who comes next.
I have a new language. I understand what equity looks like. I understand now about economic development. I understand, you know, the systems. And hopefully one day we'll move from a neighborhood association to a co-op to where we actually have ownership, right?
And all this is going to be pop-up, you know, businesses.
We want to be able to invest in our black community and allow people to come in and set up their merchandise or whatever they want to market to the community. And that's how the money stays back in the community.
The 17 acres just doesn't matter if we don't do right by the people of this neighborhood.
There's equity, there's diversity, there's culture, and it creates a safe place to spend money.
I mean, we're just getting the beginning of this journey. I applaud Mayor Greenberg for leaning in, but we've got a lot of work to do, a lot of investment, and it does need to be disproportionate. That's what equity is. It needs to be disproportionate here because as these neighborhoods grow, the whole city will grow.
To be vital, to be sustainable, economic development, health and safe neighborhoods, all of that good stuff. Yeah, that's what I look for in the neighborhood, and you know, it can happen. Right now, we're standing on a blank canvas, and so be creative.
Quilting is an art form, but these ladies make it a work of love.
The St. Joseph's Sewing Society was originally started when it was an orphanage, and women came in and made clothing and repaired clothing for the kids. We prep all year. We go nonstop. We meet on Mondays and Wednesdays. from about 9 to 2, and we make the quilts for the picnic to raise money for St. Joe's. We start with our sewing department who puts the quilt tops together, and they design them themselves. And then this section of the room is our quilt frames where we hand quilt all the quilts, and then when we're finished here we pass it on to our binding area who puts the border, the edging around the quilt on. So we make it all year round for the picnic.
I volunteered for my mission originally. I actually was given this opportunity suggested by my stepmom. She thought this would be a good opportunity for me because I like crafting. I get to learn a lot of stuff. I did not know anything about embroidery when I came here, and I was showed how to do it.
Our volunteers come from everywhere, but our volunteers make up mostly a majority of us are from our mid-50s to we've got some in mid-80s.
I think we came because our mother had quilted here, and we've been coming here over, what, 20 or 25 years. It makes us feel good to get out and chit-chat with other ones.
If it weren't for the volunteers, we wouldn't, this would not be something that would come to fruition. We have some families that have had generation after generation coming here, and we have two here still. One is third generation working here, and another family is fourth generation working in the sewing department. So it's real near and dear to their hearts.
At this quilt frame, I have many family members. This is my mom, Joy. Look up and smile. This is my cousin, Carol. This is my aunt, Lois. And this is my cousin, Patrice. This is 2 generations, but our lineage in the organization goes back 2 more generations. My grandmother and my great-grandmother, and then several great-aunts. And my kids help at the summer picnic, so I guess altogether that makes 5 generations.
I believe that volunteerism is an American tradition, and we know that volunteers do it because it comes from their heart and they have a spirit for it. If you're a senior, it's a great opportunity to get out and socialize. These ladies love that aspect of it, and it keeps you healthy, staying active in your older years.
Hi, I'm Marcus Winkler, Metro Council President and Representative of District 17. The Metro Council just had a regularly scheduled meeting. Here are some of the highlights. The Council approved an ordinance regulating alcohol beverage control by allowing local ABC to issue emergency suspensions. Approved amendments regulating pop-up parties to ensure ABC's inclusion in the permitting and licensing processes. Approved an air pollution control contract for new air monitoring equipment. Instructed the Planning Commission to review the Land Development Code regarding notice requirements for revised detailed development district plans. Approved FEMA-certified structural collapse rescue training for the Louisville Fire Department. Accepted federal funds targeting unsafe commercial truck driving in high crash areas along I-64 and I-65. The Council approved funding for the following neighborhood projects: the South Louisville Community Ministries and 7th Annual Shakespeare in the Park, beginning April 7th at Algonquin Park. Councilman Arthur recognized the District 4 page, Sean Cooksey. Tonight's special recognitions included District 26 Legislative Aide Jeff Noble in honor of retirement. Councilman Baker recognized Gia Combs, Miss Cosmos, United States, in honor of Women's History Month. Thanks for your interest in your Metro government. You can see all of our meetings live on Louisville Metro TV, Spectrum Channel 184. You can also tune in online at louisvilleky.primegov.com/public/portal. If you'd like to contact your Metro Council representative, go to louisvilleky.gov/MetroCouncil.
Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful week.